Hey everybody, it's Jen here with my third process video and layout for the Layout a Week blog. I really hope that you guys enjoy this layout because this is the fourth time I am trying to get this video working, and I will be honest and say if this time doesn't work, all you're getting is the pictures this month, so fingers crossed for me that this works out. iMovie every once in a while just likes to exert its dominance over me or something like that. Anyways, let's move on to the layout. So for the month of June, our focus was to be on summer, and so I chose this photo of my sons basically just being goofs at the beach, and I wanted to use sort of a beachy themed um, collection, and so this is Webster's Page's Ocean Melody. So the background of it was this really pretty sort of minty green color with a matte print, which I liked, but the black on it was a bit too harsh, and so what I did was layered on gesso to tone that down a whole lot while still being able to keep the effect of that print. Also in this collection, there was a whole sheet of vellum frames, and when I was looking at those frames, I discovered that some of them had words on them, and so I'm using those to actually spell out my title. So I used on the frames, on the left there, you'll see there's for and the, and then on the one on the right it says the beach. So by using thickers, I'm spelling my title out all the way across, and that's sort of the main really the main focus for the whole page is this title, because I'm not actually going to add any other pattern paper, and it's going to read For the Love of the Beach. So as I was going through and looking at this, I decided that those thickers there blended a little bit too much into the background because they are white and they have a really fine stripe on them. So on the bottom of the sheet of the frames, there was also some vellum tags. So I'm going to use the vellum tags to back those thickers just to make them not blend in quite so much. And then for these vellum frames, I'm actually backing those just on plain white cardstock because with them being transparent, you could see the background through them, and I felt like they were fading in a little bit or a lot more than I wanted. Because this is the main focus of my layout. I'm not using any other pattern paper to cover up that background. I wanted the effect of the vellum, but I also didn't want them to blend into the background. So I solved that by just using some white cardstock, and I think that solved my problem very well. So I just punched a hole in that tag, and I'm going to layer that there and put my title on top of it, or the love title. So you might see there too, I have of the pulled out, and then I realized, luckily before I stuck too much down, that the other frame says the beach on it already, and I did not need my the twice. So you see right there it says of the beach, but luckily I figured that out pretty quickly. So as I mentioned, this is a pretty simple layout. I'm going to pop my photo up on some foam squares, and then these frames are just going to be flat. And because I kept it simple, and because most of this layout is fairly flat, I'm going to work with my embellishments to add a little bit more texture. So I layered up the word love. I overlapped the letters to give them a little bit more dimension. And then I'm pulling out a second vellum tag here to put my of on. Again, just because it was blending in quite too much. I wanted it to be more obvious, my title. But also that green pulls in the green from the left side, and I think it balances it out a little bit better. So I'm going to work on two main embellishment clusters, and what I like to do is put the same thing in each of the clusters. So these are some puffy stickers from Evalicious that were in my stash, and I'm going to put one in each of those clusters in the top left and the bottom right. I also have some wood veneer phrases, sorry, those are also from Evalicious. And then I pulled 2 stickers from a small sticker sheet that came with this Ocean Melody collection. And because it was fairly simple, I thought it would be a good time to try a technique that I have been seeing on other people's pages, which is to paint or color the wood veneer. So I had purchased one of the new distress paints, the Cracked Pistachio, and I really wanted to give it a go, and it seemed like it would be a great match for this layout. So I had just turned it over and was testing it out to see what I thought before I started painting it for real. And also what I decided to do was to variate it. So rather than paint the whole thing in the Cracked Pistachio, I'm putting the Cracked Pistachio on half and then using a paintbrush with this yellow acrylic paint, which is a really old Making Memories one called Banana. You'll see that in the supply list on the blog, to fill it in. So I've done the green really solid, and then I did the yellow really solid, and then I used my paintbrush to blend them together in the middle, and I think it makes quite a nice effect. And because there isn't a whole lot of other stuff going on, this doesn't feel too busy to me. The other bonus there is that one of my sons is wearing this really neon sweater, and so that helped pull a little bit more yellow into the page as well, which I liked. So my goal here with just the rest of my embellishments was again to pull in more texture. So these are actually burlap hearts from Simple Stories that I had in my stash. And you can see there, I keep my embellishments on book rings that I purchased really inexpensively from Staples. And I have them all standing up in a close to my heart container that I have open on my desk in front of me. This is a newer way of doing my embellishments, and I really like it because I can flip through it really easily and find what I want and open it up really easily, or very easily take it off the ring if I need to. So while I was chatting there, I also pulled out some fabric hearts, which were from Amy Tangerine, and then these are some puffy gold arrows, and I'm using all different ones from crepe paper, I think from the Craft Market collection, I could be wrong. And I just added one of those to 3 different areas as well. I'm putting my date on here. I just used gray distress ink, as again I didn't want it to be too harsh, which is why I had toned down the black in the background. And was shopping that heart, or third heart, around, and I've actually moved it down to the bottom. And I'm going to put my journaling down there as well. And that was just a sprinkling of some gold color shine. And now I'm bringing in a third type of heart, and again a different texture again. These are enamel hearts from Lily Bee Design. These are quite old. They've been in my stash for a long time, so I was happy to use some of them up. And I'm just adding those, so there's 3 hearts in each of those little spots. One thing that I actually did, because I'm now doing this voiceover, because I've had all these issues with this video, I'm doing it quite a bit later. The heart in the top right, I actually move it down and make it mimic more how I did that love on the left. I pulled it down and it's in behind the F a little bit more. But my photos don't quite show it. But I just wanted to tell you that just felt a little bit off and not quite balanced, and so I changed that. So a little bit of journaling on the bottom. Here's some close-ups for you. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you back again next month. Bye now.